Meghan Markle, stand by me. She will not. Tyler Perry learns who his real friends are. Okay, so Meghan Markle actually used Tyler Perry's plane when they came to the U.S. and stayed in his home. You would expect her to kind of speak up when he's in legal troubles and things like this and kind of stand by him. Yet she's been utterly silent. Why don't we get into this first article here?
So from Fox News, yes, I know, Fox News.
Oh, and 1 second. We'll kind of cover the latest scandal that she's involved in, and then we'll go into a little bit of a brief past history of all of her other scandals, just so we can kind of know. I'm going to be covering her every Monday because the audience seems to want to know more about her.
Prince Harry, Meghan Markle's silence amid Tyler Perry's scandal is self-serving behavior, say experts. Tyler Perry, who offered refuge to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, now faces serious allegations with no public backing from the Sussexes.
Okay, and let's hold it up here. We've covered these allegations somewhat. He has SA allegations on the set of one of his new movies and things like this with one of the main actors. So we're not going to go too much into it because I don't want to get throttled. Plus, we have covered it, but we'll talk about it a little bit in the article. So just so you have a context of what he's kind of evolved in right now, we're mainly focused on Tyler Perry's relationship with not only Meghan Markle, but Prince Harry. A friendly relationship.
For some royal experts, the silence of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is deafening. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex haven't given a public statement after Derek Dixon sued Tyler Perry for $260 million for alleged disgusting harassment, assault, and retaliation. The complaint, which was filed on June 13th, showed the actor accused the filmmaker of creating a coercive, disgustingly exploitative dynamic environment while filming The Oval and Ruthless. They reached out to Archwell, which handles the offices of the Duke and Duchess, for comment, but no response. Perry,
and this is surprising. Like, the article is going to go into it, but they have not only a good friendship, a good relationship with Meghan Markle, but also Prince Harry, and he's loaned him his house, his plane. He's been there for them, their time of need. He's spoken up on their behalf, saying only good things, and in no way, shape, or form are they sticking by this guy. And a lot of Tyler Perry's friends are kind of abandoning him. You really are going to get to see who your friends are in situations like this. So if you're Tyler Perry, just take this as a blessing and see who really sticks around you in these kind of times.
So Perry, 55, is godfather to the couple's daughter, Princess Elizabeth, aged 4.
I didn't know that. So, okay, let's continue to go here. But if you're somebody's godfather, you're really expecting these people to come out on your behalf.
Because they expect you to come out on their kids' behalf.
Exactly. What's going to happen if they both pass away? He's their godfather. He's supposed to be there for him. And I think, and I think he would be. Yet they can't even be next to him when he needs their help the most.
Instead of offering their stalwart support as good friends who even lived in his home, the silence is a clear demonstration of a total lack of moral courage. British royal expert Hilary Fordwich claimed to Fox News Digital. Their silence is to avoid entanglement in a scandal, especially given their precarious standing in both Hollywood and royal circles. Won't look good in the long run, she warned.
Yeah, and this isn't going to look good. I mean, Meghan Markle, when I was looking back on her scandals, they weren't really that severe, but she's just extremely dislikable, and she seems very manufactured. So it's very weird. She's an actress. She tries to manufacture her appearance to the public, yet the public just isn't buying it. Maybe that means she's just a bad actress.
Yeah. Harry and Meghan are in a lose-lose situation. Keeping their distance has backfired either way. If Tyler Perry is exonerated, their lack of support will seem as a betrayal, further damaging their credibility among friends and potential allies alike. If allegations against Tyler Perry are proven, distancing themselves to protect their brand will still appear opportunistic and ungrateful.
Yeah, I think in a situation like this with somebody like Tyler Perry, who is godfather to their daughter or son? Daughter. And has let them stay in their house, let them use their plane, has really been there for him in those times of need. They should be standing next to him, even if he is convicted of this. This would really show their character to the public, that they stood next to people that are their friends and that they believe in.
Do you want me to read the statement from the lawyer for Perry?
Yeah, let's hear what they said.
So Matthew Boyd, an attorney for Tyler Perry, said this is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. But Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident that these fabricated claims of harassment will fail.
Yeah, and we kind of, when we went over the Tyler Perry story in depth, we've kind of read that. Whether he's guilty of this or not, you really want to have friends that are going to stick by you in this situation. So it's just a shame that their real character is showing through here.
It's shown through a while now.
Oh, it's been showing through a while, but this is really showing it through, especially to an American audience.
So Dixon claims he was, the disgusting things happened by Perry in January 2020, months before the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped back as senior royals and moved to California, and hence were relying on Perry.
Now, I like that picture with that hat that she had. And he was in his military suit. We need to use that for a thumbnail.
In the 2022 Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan, Perry spoke out about his close friendship with the couple and how he offered them refuge at his Los Angeles home where the family could feel safe with their then 1-year-old son Prince Archie after their royal exit. You said, stay as long as you need to. We said, maybe we just stay forever, Harry, 40, told Perry, as quoted by People magazine. Tyler Perry put himself out there and was one of the few A-listers who fiercely defended the Sussexes. Kingsley Schofield, host of To Die For Daily podcast, said, to quote Prince Harry from his January 2023 interview with Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes, silence is betrayal. I imagine Perry would appreciate any backup at this point.
Yeah, and also that being said, it was Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey that really ushered them into Hollywood. Now, they may be making all the wrong moves with their branding, their Netflix, and everything else, but they were given top-tier treatment. These contracts and Hollywood opened up to them, but because of Oprah Winfrey and because of Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey are very close. I'm sure they've had discussions behind closed doors into helping these two out because these two got an extraordinary amount of help from those two specifically. Okay, why don't we go into her past scandals? And the other day I covered masculinity in Hollywood. We were a little bit long-winded when we covered past movies and things like that. So we'll try to cut down her past scandals somewhat. There's 6, I would say, major ones. Let's go into them. And it starts with the bullying allegations here. And this was from 2018 until 2021.
So in 2018, staff at Kensington Palace accused Meghan of bullying and intimidating aides, particularly female staff, creating a culture of fear. A leaked email from Jason Nuff, the couple's former communications secretary, claimed that Meghan drove 2 personal assistants out of the household and undermined a third. These allegations resurfaced in a 2021 Times of London report just before Meghan and Harry's Oprah Winfrey interview. Meghan denied the allegations, calling them a calculated smear campaign based on misleading and harmful misinformation. Her spokesperson emphasized her commitment to supporting those who have faced bullying, noting her own experiences as a target. The Hollywood Reporter later cited 14 affidavits from former staff supporting the bullying claims, though no formal investigation results have been publicly released.
Okay, so this is 14 staff. I think this has a lot of credibility to it, especially when we go into later allegations. There's a pattern here of mistreating people she works with. So I would give a lot of credibility to this claim. And generally, this is one of the major reasons people don't like her, I think.
And also, she and Harry have had a lot of current staff leave as well. They just had 3 more drop off from their Archwell. That's
one of the later scandals here we're actually going to get into. And this is becoming a pattern. So it's not like this is one off with no credibility to this. There's 14 people kind of saying this happened, and you don't hear this happening with a lot of the other palace staff, just Meghan. So she does come from Hollywood. She's a little bit more of maybe an elitist. Let's go into the next scandal here.
So, curtsy controversy.
And do you remember this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of. In the Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan reenacted her first curtsy to Queen Elizabeth II, describing it as a theatrical gesture she found surprising. The reenactment was criticized for allegedly mocking British royal tradition, sparking backlash for her perceived disrespect. Meghan's supporters argued she was sharing her perspective as an American unfamiliar with royal protocol, not intending to offend. Critics, however, saw it as a slight against the monarchy.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the curtsy controversy in this one. We kind of left out here was she was bringing racial elements and other things. She was kind of sprinkling it over the top, but not saying it directly. And this curtsy thing came on the back of that as well. A lot of people, the royal family is beloved by a lot of people, and Meghan Markle's was kind of welcomed in, yet what would you say?
Yeah, she continued to bash them because things were not going as she expected them to, and the fact that it appears that she had done a lot of research on the royal family before she entered into it, even though she says she didn't.
Yeah.
The fact that she didn't know she had to curtsy or even how to, especially when, for example, Prince Harry's mother, Diana, always did it pretty well. And the fact that she was mocking it, it's like mocking almost someone close to God, because technically the queen is appointed by God. So
Yeah. Oh,
the monarch is appointed by God.
And I did see a controversy around the Queen's funeral. Maybe we'll get into that another time.
Sure.
Okay. Let's get into the third scandal here. And this was staff turnover and bloodbath claims. Now, again, staff turnover here rings true to that the other allegations that we've already kind of gone over in our past.
So reports emerged of high staff turnover in Harry and Meghan's Archwell organization, like I just said, with around 20 employees leaving since their move to California in 2020. In 2024, their global press secretary, Ashley Hansen, and other staff, including Kyle Bullia and Charlie Gibson, departed. Critics, including royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams, labeled this a quote-unquote bloodbath, suggesting dysfunction and poor management, with some pointing to Meghan's leadership style. A spokesperson for the Sussexes, one of the few that remained, denied any systematic issues, and some former staff cited positive experiences. The couple's team noted that departures are common in high-pressure roles and that Hansen left to start her own firm.
Yeah, I would say 20 people have already left. She needs to build a core of good team members that are not only skilled at their jobs, but that she can trust and be in the inner circle, because rumors just swirl around her. Typically, people don't like her that work with her, and this is how rumors might get out. So that being said, this is the second rumor that is involving people that have worked with her or worked around her.
But also the fact that it was also in if it hadn't happened in the Buckingham Palace as well, then that just points to more.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Lends more credibility to it.
Okay, and this next allegation is much broader than this. I brought it down to this one plagiarism allegation, but it seems like everything she's touching is coming from some other small creator that she thinks is going to be unknown, in my opinion. And she's plagiarizing a lot of this stuff because she sees value in what these smaller creators are doing and trying to bring this to the mainstream public, calling it her own.
So Meghan faced plagiarism allegations related to her media projects. In 2020, her cancelled Netflix series Pearl was accused by British author Mel Elliott of copying her Pearl Power project, which also featured a girl inspired by influential women. Elliott claimed Netflix and Archwell ignored her complaints. In 2025, Meghan's Netflix show With Love, Meghan was accused of mimicking Pamela Anderson's Pamela's Cooking with Love in format and aesthetics. Additionally, her As Ever brand logo was criticized for resembling the municipal coat of arms of Porreres, Mallorca.
Well, in 1 second, she was copying Pamela Anderson's cooking show, and there was other rumors that she was copying Selena Gomez's cooking show.
And Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, this girl cannot cook on her own, and she was claiming in that cooking show that it was filmed at her own house. Come to find out, it wasn't at her own house.
Well, she never fully explicitly said her own house,
but it was
came
implied.
Yeah, and it came out that it wasn't. They had rented a mansion from another couple. And also with the Netflix, her As Ever brand, it seems like she wants to make herself out as this big businesswoman who's now entering the business world. She did a whole podcast about it. But in that same podcast, she actually came out to say that it's a Netflix product. So Netflix creates products for other brands like Bridgerton and other shows they do, like makeup and lipstick. And now she's claiming that she came up with it all on her own, while Netflix is the one that's producing everything and white labeling everything.
Yeah, and everything she kind of touches has this era of eliteness to it, but not in a good way, almost snobbiness. Snobbishness? I think snobbiness. Okay.
So Meghan and her team have not publicly addressed these claims in detail. The Pearl project was canceled, and As Ever brand continued despite the logo controversy. Accusations remain unresolved with no legal rulings confirming plagiarism.
And the next controversy we've kind of talked about, but we'll briefly go over it again. And this is Tyler Perry controversy before we get into her last controversy there.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. And this was her most recent controversy, so.
So Meghan and Harry have faced criticism for not publicly supporting Tyler Perry, a close friend who provided them a home in 2020 during his 2024 lawsuit for alleged disgusting behavior by actor Derek Dixon. Royal experts like Harry Fordwich called their silence a lack of moral courage, suggesting it was self-serving to avoid entanglement in a scandal because they don't need any more. The Sussexes have not commented publicly, and Perry has denied the allegations. Their silence may reflect a strategic choice to avoid legal or reputational complications.
Yeah, and we're really seeing her character come out in these personal interaction, whether it's a close personal friend like Tyler Perry, who's been there for him, or it's these employees that work with her. Everybody seems to have bad things to say about her, except her simp husband, Harry. Okay.
And also with Perry, the lawsuit is still ongoing and it's going to take a while. So could they come out and say something later?
It's not Maybe. Too late. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's going to make a video about this. I know there's been articles written about this. So it's not too late for Meghan to kind of come out and stand next to her friend who's been there for her. Even if he's guilty of this, he's been there for you. He's the godfather of your child. Like, stand up and show your character. Well, if you have any character. I guess it's hard to show character when you don't have any.
They have none.
Okay, let's go into the final thing here, and that's the Archibald Foundation. And this has financial implications, or at least it did. Luckily, they're very politically connected, so they were maybe able to make this disappear a little bit faster than other people would have been.
So in 2024, reports surfaced that over $6 million in donations to the Sussexes Archibald Foundation were unaccounted for in IRS filings. Two organizations reported donating $6 million and $10,050, but Archibald declared only $1 million in grants from anonymous donors. In May 2024, the foundation was temporarily banned from fundraising by California's Department of Justice due to a late payment issue, which Archibald attributed to a lost check or administrative error. Archibald resolved the fundraising ban and regained active status. The couple's team has not addressed the financial discrepancy publicly, but critics have used it to question their competence. The financial issue remains under scrutiny with no clear resolution reported.
Well, and I don't think this was necessarily incompetence. I actually think there's a lot more to this scandal than people want to realize. They were going through financial hardships when they left the royal family. They first moved to Victoria, which is right next to Vancouver, where we're originally from. And they were having financial troubles. They were lucky Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey welcomed them with open arms till they could get their finances straightened out. And this thing has money laundering reeking all over it, especially when they were in financial hardship. Now, I'm not saying that's what they did, but during that time, if they ever needed money, this was around one of those times. So,
and also Prince Harry, was begging the British public to pay for his private security, last in this year, and he lost that suit against the UK. But the fact that they seem to be trying to find every single way to make scraps of money, why?
Well, and this is why I am very disappointed how they treated Tyler Perry. Again, him and Oprah Winfrey are the reason they got the contracts they did, and they desperately needed those contracts at the time. They especially Harry, his prior royal family, the paparazzi are going to be all over him. People are going to be all over their house. That's why they have to buy in a little bit of an elite neighborhood so they can be left alone. Okay, well, that's it for Markle.